Hello and welcome. My name's Anna-Louise and I am absolutely delighted to be here with you today, August the 8th, 2020, for the Lionsgate portal activation. And this may be something that's new to you. It may be something that's passed you by every August the 8th for years in the past. However, this year it's really, really special. So I'd love to welcome you to join me for the next half hour as we go through a very special and powerful time together. So you might be wondering what's been happening with you lately. Maybe you've been having very strange dreams. Maybe you've been a little bit out of sorts, feeling ungrounded, feeling a bit more anxious. Perhaps you've been in a position where you just feel that something is significantly changing around you, but you don't know what, and you can't put it down to anything that's happening currently in the news or in the media. And yet you just feel that something is about to change, that something inside you is nudging you to pay more attention. And if you've been feeling in any of these ways, even more anxious or a bit more teary lately, if you've just been feeling a bit weirded out by yourself and about how you're approaching life right now, you're not alone. And you're not going mad, and this is really a positive thing. So you may have your own other way that you've been feeling a little bit out of sorts or uncharacteristically ungrounded maybe, or unanchored. And so why is this all happening? Why are we experiencing this? Well, it is nothing to do with what's going on in the news and in the world at the moment in that sense, but it is to do with the amazingly powerful energy of the Lionsgate. And let me just tell you what the Lionsgate is so you can understand why it's had such a big effect on you. So the Lionsgate is all about a cosmic alignment of different aspects, and I'll explain that in a minute, and it's called the Lion's Gateway. And this gateway is a time of increased cosmic energy which is flowing and being downloaded to us humans as we are on our awakening journey. It helps, this cosmic energy that's being downloaded helps to connect the realms between the physical and the spiritual aspects of ourselves. Now, the alignment that's happening is the alignment between the star Sirius, which is also known as the dog star, and the planet Earth. And this is an alignment that happens in the cosmos early August every year, according to our calendar. And it's not just August the 8th at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m., but it is around that time, the few days before, the few days after, but the 8th of August is the peak. And why 8 o'clock is so important is because the number 8 is all about change. It's all about abundance. And that doesn't just mean financial abundance, but it does mean the power to switch on new energy. If you think about it, the number 8 is a loop above and a loop below. As above, so below. It's also the infinity symbol. And right in the crossover point, the middle of the 8, that's where your heart center is placed. That's where you are placed. So the 8th of the 8th at 8 a.m., you found your way here, and that is just to my delight. And that is showing me that you have been feeling what I described earlier, that you're answering the curiosity call to show up and shine. And with that, as you learn more about this and as we go through our activation that we're going to do together today, what you'll find is that this is a pivotal point for you. This is a turning point when life will start to open up in different ways that perhaps you'd been hoping for, but you couldn't quite get to. So in ancient times, for thousands and thousands of years, this particular cosmological event has been celebrated. And it is known as a time of great energy influx, downpouring, that gives us humans who are on our soul's journey of awakening a great activation, which manifests in us not only from our awareness point of view, but from a soul perspective as well. Now, Sirius, this is the brightest star in the whole night sky, and sometimes you can see it in the morning sky as well, sitting quite low. It's known as the dog star, and often you will see it flashing blue and white. However, it does actually have a range of colors, which I would describe as peacock colors. You know, the rich purples and oranges and blues and deep greens. All those beautiful peacock colors are the color that you could see the Sirius star resonating and being luminescent about. The Sirius is more than 25 times brighter than our sun. And it's only because of its position distance towards Earth or away from Earth that makes it seem so much smaller and has less radiant impact on us compared to our sun. However, Sirius is a very significant source of spiritual light. And it has with it particular energies of being so much more luminescent, very much activating, and also giving us the opportunity to feel more in alignment with our soul qualities that are reflected through the Sirius star cosmos. The reason why this is called the Lion's Gate is because it is happening in the astrological sign of Leo. And what is interesting is that Leo, or lions, have been associated with royalty for so many years as a symbol or an emblem of power and status. And what I find interesting is that this activation that is happening right now is one that elevates you to a higher status in your soul's qualities, in your awareness. And the very fact that you're here watching and enjoying, hopefully, gives me the understanding that you have reached a point in time of clear universal connection and consciousness, so that you can actually take that next step today, knowing that it will play out over the next few days, that it may mean that you experience some distinct shifts emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. And by embarking on what we're going to be doing, that understanding that these shifts may be subtle or may be powerful is yours to take on board. So you can choose whether to follow me as I go into this shortly, or maybe do it a bit later on, depending on what your day is going to be like and where you're at with yourself right now. So what happens during the Lion's Gate portal activation? What's happening in our world around us right now that is actually tying in with this? I feel that everything that's been in the media for the last 4.5 months has been giving us a huge opportunity for awakening and bringing into our lives more light-filled, loving and wise ways of being, to help bring the quality of our life into ourselves rather than constantly questing outside of ourselves. And what I love about the Lion's Gate activation today is that this is a big kick in the bum to all of us to start to stand in our power from the inside out. In other words, honoring all that we have within us, knowing that we are born of the stars and that our homecoming will be so luminescent that there is nothing but bliss to experience. this activation could well give you a resonance as deep as your DNA level, your spiritual DNA level. It may well help you find clarity to understand the gifts of your ancestors. And also, it will give you a greater connection with the divine light, with your feelings of connection, and also it may well accelerate your awakening. So your ascension journey, that journey towards utter completeness and wholeness within your soul, your mind, your body, and your heart becomes a real, tangible potential. With that, what I invite you to do is just check out for yourself right now whether this feels right to take it further. You'll want to have a good 10-15 minutes undisturbed. So if you are about to fly out the door in the next half hour and go and rush off with the rest of your day, perhaps you would be better to do this activation a bit later on. This recording will be on the Awaken Your Wow page and in the Living in Your Wow community group page, so you can find it there later on. So don't feel you have to stick with it just now, because why? I want you to be able to take time to reflect, maybe journal after we do the activation. And so if you kind of literally click and run, you may not get the best benefit. I don't want it just to wash off your back. So if you are staying with me, then I am absolutely delighted, and I would invite you to get yourself really nice and comfortable, to enjoy this time as a gift for you, as an awakening, as an activation, and as a connection with the power and energy of the cosmic alignment of Sirius and Earth, knowing that in Egypt they will be celebrating this as the horizon dawns with the stars in alignment, just like we celebrate summer solstice at Stonehenge. So I invite you to get really nice and comfortable. And if you're just joining us now, we're just going into a guided meditation. So I invite you to get really comfortable and make sure you're not going to be disturbed for a good while. And as you do, take 3 nice deep breaths. And allow those breaths to sink more and more deeply into your abdomen with each one. And I'd like you to be aware of your feet. So you are anchored and allowing yourself to stay grounded as we embark on this activation of the Lion's Gateway portal. And as you do, let those feet be totally anchored and grounded, perhaps feeling that they are burrowing deeper into the ground below you. And in doing so, know that this anchorage reflects your humanness, the ability to walk on the planet, to enjoy all its beautiful gifts of nature. And by knowing that you are further anchored and grounded with Mother Earth, she lovingly welcomes you and the opportunity to host and care for you during this most precious and powerful time. Take a nice deep breath. And I'd like you now to imagine that you are able to look up through the sky and through the clouds. Imagine extending your vision all the way up past the blue horizon and up into the dark, infinite space. And as you do, imagine floating amongst the stars. Imagine being comfortable and safe as you explore the galaxies around you. And as you continue to explore, you realize you are feeling drawn to the most brilliant star that you can see. And gently and progressively, you are brought into the company of the most radiant star you could ever imagine. It bathes you with beautiful, refreshing starlight. And this is the star of Sirius. And as you are cocooned in its beautiful energy, you feel as though it has been waiting for you for a very long time. Perhaps you feel there's a bit of a homecoming. Perhaps it feels magical. But as you are bathed in the beautiful light of Sirius, your whole body is absorbed into the light. And you become one with the star Sirius. And as you dissolve into its luminescence, just note how that feels. You are now traveling through the galaxies with the star Sirius. And below you, you see the blue-green of planet Earth. And together, you and Sirius find yourself approaching the horizon on Earth, drawing close and low. And you realize that you have arrived at the pyramids in Egypt. And that from this privileged and powerful vantage point, emerged with the energy of the star Sirius, you realize that Earth and Sirius are in perfect alignment. And this is confirmed by the light that shines upon the Great Pyramid at Giza. Turning it a beautiful golden hue. Being present in Egypt, embraced by the Sirius energy, provides you and your soul with the opportunity to align with the great powers that are present between this union at this time. And if it feels comfortable, acknowledge to yourself that you are open and willing to receive a full Lion's Gate portal activation. And take a nice deep breath. And in signaling your intention to engage with this activation, knowing that you are still merged with the light of Sirius, luminescing upon the Great Pyramid in Giza. You see yourself extend from Sirius as a light beam. And it extends to the top of the pyramid. And as it reaches the very top point of the pyramid, an opening is created. And as a light beam, you descend into the core of the Great Pyramid. Once inside, you regain your physical form, and yet you are also cloaked in garments of light. And here you are welcomed by your guide. And that guide may have a physical form, may come to you as a feeling, an animal, an energy, or simply an awareness of the peace and tranquility and love that you are surrounded by. Take a nice deep breath. And know that whatever guide has made themselves present, and even if one doesn't seem to have, know that you are well hosted in this chamber of light. It is here, knowing that you host the energy of Sirius, that you also host an infinite soul, that you are grounded and connected to the planet Earth. Yet, in this inner chamber, you are now to receive an activation through your own energy system. So here we invite the energy that is radiant running through you to connect you more fully between your physical self and your spiritual self through your heart centers. Imagine that continuing to pour down upon you through the top of the pyramid is a fine ray of divine love. And this ray of divine love comes direct from Source. It greets you at your crown chakra, on the top of your head, and gently and progressively it moves down through your crown chakra to activate and open your third eye chakra. And here your sense of clear vision is activated. Your sense of trusting in the extra sense of clarity, of vision that you have already within you. Take a nice deep breath. And know that this divine light energy moves down now to your throat chakra. And here it clears your throat and enables you to speak the language of the divine, which is about love and kindness, compassion, that brings joy to otherwise dull hearts and minds. And as you take a nice deep breath, feel your throat chakra opening so the flow of energy is more easy and graceful. And as this beautiful divine love energy descends further into your body, know that it now has reached your chest, and here it activates the 2 heart chakras, allowing you to have your higher heart and your central heart harmonized, healed, and made radiant. It is here that your source of connection to the divine is anchored. And as that anchoring takes place, your soul is illuminated within you. And that soul that you host chose you. And this time to be available so that you could consciously engage in all the majesty that this activation will deliver for you. Allow yourself to really just embrace all this energy that you may feel stirring through you, through your heart. Let it rise up through your throat. And if there are words of kindness or release you need to speak, do so. Allow yourself to be in this energy. The more you can do that, the more you will get the benefit. Take a nice deep breath. And allow this energy to keep working in your heart space, for it may be healing lifetimes of shadow. But as it continues to work, the divine love energy continues down to your solar plexus, just below your rib cage. And here, in the powerhouse of your confidence and feelings of self-worth and self-esteem, here you are touched by the divine, to know that who you are is perfect in your imperfection, that who you are is just as you're meant to be, knowing that life is a journey, you are a work in progress, that who you are is more than enough, and that you are allowed and encouraged to be your own beautiful, unique, authentic self. And that if you've ever felt like a misfit or that you just didn't get what other people found so necessary to accumulate, to have or be. If that's you or was you, know that right now you are being seen for who you are in your most beautiful light, that you are illuminated as a beacon and as a belonging to yourself. The energy in your solar plexus makes you more radiant. It will be the underpinning energy that fuels and heals your heart centers. And as you take another nice deep breath, allow yourself to just feel expansive. Pay attention right now. Imagine yourself feeling expansive, and even adjust your body, open your arms, straighten your spine. Imagine that you are beaming out this amazing, divine, love, light energy through your solar plexus. That it is illuminating the chamber within the Great Pyramid, so that you see that it is golden all around you. Take another nice deep breath. And allow this beautiful energy to now sink down to your sacral chakra, your sacred chakra. All around the reproductive organs, where creativity and new birthing happens all the time. Here, let this energy fill the void of your womb, making it ripe to rebirth yourself. And as you do, give yourself the opportunity to acknowledge you have a right to express yourself however feels in alignment with your truth. And whatever that means to you, it is divinely right. Take another nice deep breath, and now the energy of divine love sinks down into your base chakra, connecting you to all the other chakras above, and giving you the opportunity to strengthen your foundations, to know that when you stand in your power, you are expressing your truth and authenticity, that you are giving yourself permission to show up and shine, just as you were born to do. Take another nice deep breath. And this energy that you are hosting, the divine love, light energy that is downpouring from the divine source to you, now extends to your earth chakra, which is about 6 inches below your feet. And this activates your true presence and purpose on earth. And as you gain that awareness, know that your connection and commitment to fulfilling that purpose grows naturally stronger every day. That you find ways, whether they're small or bigger, to honor that purpose. And that on days when you may not feel clear, simply knowing that you're not feeling clear is enough. And being open to the opportunities that resonate and feel right then taking action, not needing to know the end result. Know that this is the way to honor your purpose in life. As your earth chakra is activated, know that every step you take from this day forth will be one of purpose, meaning, fulfillment, and joy. And take a final deep breath now. And in this beautiful golden chamber inside the Great Pyramid, hosted by the energies around you, all witnessing your activation, allow this divine love, light, alignment and activation energy to rise back up through you, weaving between all your chakras, binding them and making you into a pillar of light. And when this light reaches your crown chakra, the activation, turnkey, happens. Bringing all your chakras into awakening and awareness, so that you can gently assimilate this new understanding over the hours and days to come. As you take a final deep breath, the energy rises up to just above your head, like a beautiful ball. And here, this is your soul star chakra, uniting you with your soul, activating the codes of wisdom which have been waiting for you and growing and building and accumulating over many lifetimes. Let this energy embrace you. Let yourself be at one with yourself, with Source, and the universe. And now, as this pillar of light that you are, it is time to leave the great chamber, knowing that you can return there any time you wish. Bid farewell to any guides or positive energies that have been there hosting you. Imagine yourself light enough to be able to move up through the chamber and out through the top of the pyramid as you easily and with grace make your way back to merge with the star Sirius. The star has now risen higher above the horizon and is illuminating all the land around. And as Sirius starts to draw back, what you see below gets smaller and smaller, until finally Sirius is distant from the earth. And it feels natural for you to leave the company of Sirius, taking with you a seed of its light source. That seed goes into your heart and will blossom there as you continue your journey after today. Imagine yourself now floating back across the night sky, in the darkness of the infinitesimal universe. And when it feels right, start to make your way back down towards planet Earth, to where you began. And as you come further and further towards Earth, gravity consolidates all that light within you. And as you reach your physical place on Earth, take a nice deep breath. Knowing that you have brought back with you sleeping wisdom that has been waiting to be activated and will continue to be activated over the coming hours and days. Take a nice deep breath and remember your feet, the anchoring and grounding to Mother Earth. She welcomes you back in your entirety, in your wholeness, in your luminescence. And as you do, know that you can realign with the star Sirius at any time, either through purely imagining the beautiful peacock radiant star in the horizon, or by getting out at night time and finding the brightest blue-white star that you can find. One final deep breath to anchor all this beautiful light energy. And know that the activation has begun. That subtle and necessary shifts will happen within your energy, ideally during the hours of sleep. Stay well hydrated today. Be gentle with yourself. Take time for yourself. Be alone and journal. Be in nature and be embraced. When you're ready, if you haven't already done so, just open your eyes and have a little stretch. And maybe you'd like to journal some of the experiences you've had. And welcome back. So I hope you found that journey engaging and activating and powerful. And my best suggestion to you is to just, if you can, journal your experience now. That's always a good idea. Put today's date on it, of course, the 8th of the 8th, 2020. And make sure that you just go through the rest of the day being incredibly calm and gentle and aware, because things will start to pop up. And be open but discerning. And with that, allow yourself to be held in that beautiful light where the seed blossom of Sirius's energy in your heart will be nurtured. So you can repeat that meditation anytime you like. It doesn't just have to be on the 8th of the 8th. And if you're watching on catch up, then I'm really delighted that you're here. So thank you, everybody, for being here with me now. I wish you the most glorious of days and all the glorious days to come. Stay strong, stay wonderful, stay luminescent. Much love. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.